Hello everyone, welcome back to Polygon Wizard Plays Minecraft. This is episode 11, and as the sun sets behind me in the distance there, you might notice a few things different since last time. I've added a few things since the fountain, so if we just hold on a second, you'll see exactly what they do. Yes, they all turn on at night, guys. I've been messing with the daylight sensor. So anyway, I'm going to show you that, and we'll do a little bit of stuff today. So anyway, let's get started. Alright, so I'll give you a short little tour here. What I've basically done is added a pathway here and added lamps around them using some nether brick that I smelted from the nether rack, sorry. And then I made me some redstone lamps, made some nice things, and I put wiring all the way under this whole new pathway that I made here, that has got some dark spruce wood here, some stone brick stairs on the side, and some bushes to line it. I think it looks really pretty. I went on a bit of a prettification run through here, so it kind of stops here. This way goes all the way back to my mine in the back. Got a little gap in here so you can get out to the fields, which, yes, as you can see, I've planted the entire field now. So if we go inside, you can see you've got carrots, and then you go into potatoes, then more carrots, then more potatoes. Not everything's grown up yet. I've got some pumpkins here that are starting to grow that haven't quite made it up yet. So it's not quite fully, matured, but we got us a nice field. Have plenty of crops for as long as we need them. Oops. But anyway, I made plenty of lamps down here, so it's all well lit up. Plus I like them, so I went a little overboard, I think, but that's alright. I think it looks nice from, outside of it. You see all these nice lamps everywhere, kind of lighting the pathway. So I made, kept this as gravel, but I was kind of like, well, I made the fountain over here last time, and we still have these gravel pathways. I want to make something nice. And so I started putting bushes, and I thought, well, I should put lamps in here, and then I thought I should make them hooked up to the daylight sensor. Where might that be, you wonder? Where would I have put this thing? Wait, what's this over here? This new thing? It looks like a well? Eh? What is that down in there? It might just be a daylight sensor. Alright, we're going to go all the way on the top so you can actually see it. See? There you go. There's the pretty daylight sensor down in the hole. I have it actually in a 3x3 hole with some bushes around it and the cobble walls, and so that still lets light get down in there plenty early enough so that it can still see it, and then you've got the direct block over the top to really see it. And then if you look down in there, you can see there's a redstone. So basically I've got redstone running up here underneath this oh, I missed one. Anyway, I need to fix that. And I don't have any dirt on me. Oh well. See, I've covered it up in most of them, but here you can see down here in the hole I've got repeaters and things to extend the signal. I actually wired this kind of poorly as far as resources go. I could use a fewer number of repeaters if I'd done it differently. But anyway, I've kind of got a wire running all the way down this near side, and then I have offshoots for each lamp down there. And it goes all the way back and around to the front of the house. And it goes all the way down here to the mine. We'll just go down here really quickly so you can see it. Not that it does much. Ends with a couple lamps here at the back. And it's still the mine as usual. I made sort of a mix of cobblestone and gravel. I think makes a cool looking pathway. So I just sort of randomly mixed it here to connect to the inside of the mine, which I've done nothing with yet. Still just this thing down here to the old mine. I think what I'm going to do is have this go back maybe 2 sections, so it'll be even, because there's 2 sections on this side before you go down to the old mine, so I have 2 more sections, and at the back there somehow I will have a ladder or staircase or something, some way to get down into diamond level to start my branch mining and whatever down there. So that's for the future, just to let you guys know. Yeah, zombie, whatever. I hear you over there. I'm too busy. Another thing I noticed while making everything pretty, I used some bone meal to plant some grass back around, so it makes it a lot, less plain looking. But what I did here is I used my old method for planting giant trees to plant this thing. And man, when they said that they nerfed bone meal in the 1.5 update, they really meant it. Normally when I plant a big tree like this, it would take, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 bone meal to use in order to do it. It gives or takes, because sometimes you'll just get lucky and it'll go off. Because what I do is I do cobble like this. Oop. To about 4. Whoops, I got a tree in the way. And then I put torches on it. And then you put the sapling right there, and then you just spam bone meal on it until it grows. And what that does is occupy space here, so that a big tree will grow. It kind of forces it, but that means it uses more bone meal, because it's like it'll use it and it won't work until you finally, go cycles through and finds a big tree. You can probably also do it with just stone right next to it, but I like with the torches. I don't know why. I don't know that it's actually any better. I just think it looks pretty. But anyway, so guess how much it took to grow this big old tree right here? It took almost 2 stacks of bone meal to grow this thing. And yes, it sure looked pretty with the new green particles, but phew, I'd be running out quickly if I'm planting big trees everywhere, so I'm going to need to figure out a nice spawner somewhere. Find a skeleton spawner so I can get... Well, arrows would be nice too, but also just the bones so that I can actually do bone meal for things. Because otherwise, it's kind of difficult to do. You'll run out quickly. But as you can see, I just threw up a little quick tree farm over there as well, because I needed wood and supplies and leaves and things to make all these bushes, so it's still sitting over there. That again is temporary, just like the last one. I might eventually build sort of an actual like greenhouse thing or something to have a tree farm in. So if you guys have any suggestions for that, if you think that's a good idea, let me know. But I just want to come up here and give you a little bit of view of the front yard, basically, of the house. I think it's looking really nice. It's kind of making me want to make the back side of the house look better, because the front side's starting to look really, really awesome, and the back side of the house is still kind of plain, not much going on. So anyway, eventually this way out here, we're going to build some more stuff, and we'll extend the pathway out to it. And if we ever build anything in the distance over there, maybe we'll extend the main pathway. I'm thinking it's kind of be the nice roadway, and then you have offshoots of gravel or stone or whatever other pathways that are less fancy, that are offshoots of the main. It's not, I keep wanting to call it a road. It's not really a road, it's a pathway. But anyway, I hope you guys like what I've done with it. I think I'm pretty happy with it. I just kind of had a nice one session, just kept going and adding things, thinking, hey, messing with this, add this. Oh, that looks cool. Let me add the lamps. Let me add this. So as you can see, I ran out of redstone lamps, so those are still just the nether brick bases, but I'm thinking it's looking pretty nice. So I hope you guys like it. Alright. Now that I've shown you guys a little bit of what I've done here, I think I'm going to go gather a little bit of materials. I think I have enough to make another redstone lamp, and I'm going to go ahead and wire one up for you, just so you can see it. Let's see. I do have redstone, I know that. And we need us one nether brick, because I'm going to put it in a different spot, and I already have it, so I don't need the redstone. Except I do need it for actual wiring. Duh. And just for neatness sake. Alright, I'm going to need you some stone, just in case. Whoops. Just in case. Whoops, I don't need 4. Just in case I need to make a repeater, sorry. Kind of trailed off there. Because I don't know how far I'm going to put this away yet. I haven't exactly planned exactly which spot I want to put this in. And, oh yes, I need to get me some dirt. Just take half a stack. I can patch that one place in the bushes, and then I can, whoa, Mouse freaked out on me. Patch the one place, and in case I need to patch anything else while I'm digging. As you can see, they all turn off during the day, and they light up at night. Now what the daylight sensor actually does is it sends out a redstone signal during the day, so as you can see, it is on right now. So what I've done is I just simply have it going out here, and then right before it gets into the block, it's actually, you know, a block below. So the power runs into a block, and then right below the base here is a redstone torch. So it inverts the signal, and then at night when it turns off, then poop, the torch turns back on. It powers this block, which powers the lamp, and so the lamps all turn on. So that's kind of how that works. And I will show you real quickly here as well after I patch this up. And was it this one? Yes. Fixed it. Alright, so basically this is what happens. Try not to destroy the grass. So, I don't know why I put 2 there. We'll put a regular torch for now, I'll make a new one later. Anyway, so when this is powered and it comes in, it powers this block which turns the torch off. So during the day, they're off. But when the power goes out, then this block has no power, then the torch will be on. So it's just a basic inversion of the signal. So that's kind of how this works under here. And then you have, I don't know if I can, let me do this. Nah. We'll just do it this way. So there you can see, this is actually would be the nether brick. And then the lamp would be on top of it. So when this would be on, this is powered, and then the lamp gets power and turns on. So it's a pretty simple redstone thing, but it's a nice little addition that helps, I think, the place come alive a bit. So what I was thinking is back here, instead of having torches, I want to put a lamp somewhere, but I'm not sure exactly where. So I might try putting this a couple places and see what I like. You know, I don't want it right next to the tree, but I do want it to light up some stuff here. So let's put it opposite of the... I keep wanting to think fountain. No. My brain is not working today. The well here, the fake well, can't get water from it. Let's put it over here somewhere. I don't know if I want to do it directly or not, though. I don't think so. I want it to be over here closer to the tree, so I think I'm going to put it right there. And I'm going to have to destroy some of this grass in order to fix this. But... oh, yes. Okay, this is going to be a little more difficult than I thought. I forgot. That is my mine tunnel, guys. I had to do a little bit of funkiness to get this to work. So let's cover this over and let's do it this side. I think this will work. Yeah. Alright, 1, 2, 3 over is where I need to be. So this is kind of the process I went through when I did the rest of these. I dug trenches, covered it back up. Alright, this is what we need. I need to make a redstone torch. Bam. Bamity bam bam. There you go. And we'll go ahead and count this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, I'm going to need a repeater anyway. So I will make one really quick. I love that new crafting thing, guys. If you don't use it, you should, because it makes things so much quicker. You can just click and drag and paint it all on there. Oops, getting ahead of myself. Boom, boom, boom. Paint that out, and bam, we got us a repeater. I'm trying to remember. I have the repeater actually on the other side, because what happens with the daylight sensor is the amount of light that it gets, it puts out a different signal strength. So I put it a few blocks away, a repeater, so that it would put a full signal out, and what that did was it changed when the lights actually turned on, because at one point they were turning on before the sun even kind of really set and coming back on kind of well late. So I experimented a little bit and put it in a few places, but this will be alright. I think we're going to put it right there. And we're going to patch this right up. Don't know if gravel will sit over it. It will sit over a signal there. Whoops. Destroy more of my pretty grass. Alright, now that should work once it gets to be night again. And we'll have us a nice lamp out here by the tree. So yeah, the grass hasn't grown yet. You can still see where it runs. And oop, there went one. So eventually the green grass will go back, and then I can hit this again with some bone meal if I want the tall grass. But that's basically how I did all of these, you know. Now I had to have repeaters. What I did weirdly is I wired this whole side directly. So I had into those blocks where the torches are, I had to have a repeater in it so the signal would go out the other side, because it wouldn't do it with straight redstone. What I should have done if I had been smart, which I wasn't, is to bring this line out and have it run down the middle of the road. And then I could just use a repeater every 15 blocks or so, whatever it is, and use less of them, and then I could just run just a couple redstone dust right off of the line to the lamps on either side. That would have been the smart way to do it, but I did it the dumb way. So each lamp here has a repeater that goes with it. So I ended up having to make a lot more repeaters. You know, just this side. These don't need repeaters because they are offshooting. It's kind of like I wired the middle line if there were lamps on the middle line. So if I had to do it all over again, that's what I would do. But as you see the process there with that lamp, it was kind of, you know, just the same thing. Dig a trench underneath here. It was a little weird because I already had the bushes, and then hook up all, wire them all up, and then wait for nighttime, which it's coming back here semi-soon, to see if they work. And they work wonders. Now, you know, it was possible to do this in Minecraft before this update, but it required lots of crazy wiring and things, so it made it a little more special. So this might be a little less special as far as like what you have to do in order to get it to work, but I still think it's kind of awesome. And, you know, for those of us out there who aren't super redstone geniuses, it allows us to do some cool things like have the lamps come on, so I think that's alright. You could also do some other crazy things like have some device get triggered when the sun rises, or you can do, well, you can do it when it sunsets too, just depending on how you wired it, but you can, I'm not sure exactly what you'd want it to do. You could have something just like a gate on a castle, like go up during the daytime or something, you know? I mean, you can do all sorts of stuff with this thing, so I think it's awesome. It doesn't require any crazy, you know, daylight sensors with all sorts of bud switches and all sorts of complicated things that would go together, and then, you know, you have to have an array of them together in order to really be accurate. Used to be a pretty complicated thing, now it's just one little block, so I like it. So that's kind of the first things with 1.5 I've done, is some smelting up of the netherrack into brick and mess with the daylight sensor. Simple stuff, but pretty awesome. I have no idea when, if ever, I will mess with the comparator, because I don't do redstone that much. So if I do, it will be because I saw something on YouTube or on the forums or Reddit or something like that, saw a tutorial and used it, because otherwise I'm probably not going to be just randomly coming up with something to do with it on my own. Unless you guys might have some suggestion for some machine or something that I thought that I could try to attempt to build and ended up using it. But, yeah. So I was just kind of fiddling about here, waiting for it to get nighttime again so that we can see if our lamp works. So now that the sun is setting, here, we'll go on this side so we can see all the lamps, because it's pretty cool watching them all turn on. Bloop. Yeah, okay, the repeater is much closer to the well, I think, which is why this turned on early. Which I actually don't mind. I think that's kind of cool. Bloop, and they all turn on. Yes! It's pretty awesome watching it. I have to admit, I like it. Gives this place some character. It's like, hey, it's nighttime. We don't have to worry. We have thousands of lamps. Well, not yet. But man, if I build this path anywhere with these many every, like, what, 5 blocks in between? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 5 blocks in between. That's a lot of lamps. So if I'm going to do that, I'm going to go get me a lot of glowstone from the nether. So anyway, I think I'm going to take a little bit of a break here. I'll get back with you guys and we might talk about something else. Maybe some games, other games I like to play, who knows, we shall see. So anyway, I will be back in a bit. Alright guys, I'm back, it's daytime again, and we're going to head back out here and real quickly build a quick dock that I probably will change later. But since I kind of wanted to do some sort of fishing building out here, but I don't really have the time or the supplies to build one yet, I figured we'll start with kind of throwing a dock out here. And I don't know, I might make this lake deeper at some point, but we'll start out here. I'll put one. How wide do I want it? But anyway, I'm just going to mess around with this for a little while, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about other games that I like to play, or types of games, I guess, because you know, Minecraft is kind of its own thing. But I don't know, I've been into games for quite a long time. Let's see, if I do that, that'll be too wide. I want to be a wider. Yeah. Anyway, sorry about that. I'm going to use jungle wood because I want to put some cocoa beans on there. So, let's see. We'll start with this. Now, I have played games for a long time, and I started out on PC pretty much back in the day, and I played old games like, you know, Wolfenstein 3D and Doom and stuff like that. I even played things you probably haven't heard of. I was real big into playing shareware things. Because, you know, as a kid, you don't have money. It's like, hey, get to play part of the game for free? Awesome. And they don't do shareware anymore, so some of you probably don't even know what shareware is. Let's see. Put that there. And I moved on, and, you know, pretty much the only console stuff I ever played. We'll keep those short, yes. Pretty much the only console stuff I ever played was at friend's house, because I never owned one. Growing up, we just had the family computer that I would, you know, play things on. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what I thought I did. So I still got to play a lot of the major things like, you know, Mario or Zelda, that kind of stuff at friends' houses, sorry. But mostly it was PC. Then when I got to college, give me those back. I sort of transitioned into more console players. So like at that time, I didn't have one, but my roommates had one. We had an N64 at one point for a little bit, and then for a year, and then we got a GameCube when that came out shortly after. And we played a ton of Super Smash Bros. Melee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which, if you've never played it, is a really, really fun fighting game with the Nintendo characters. And, you know, the later ones, they've added some other ones too. But it's pretty much just Nintendo characters. I don't want that there. We would play that all the time, and we played it to the point that we would start after dinner in the evening and then be surprised when, 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning rolled around. So I have played many, many hours of that game. I have no idea how much, but it's one of the games I've played the most. I'll add one more layer out here. Actually, that's kind of cool. I'm going to have it step down into the water. Fix it in a second. Sorry about the story interruption. Floop. Yeah, I think that'll be cool. Alright. So anyway, played that a lot, and other games as well, and then eventually I got my own GameCube. It was the first console I ever owned. Myself. Played the crap out of that thing too. Like, I played tons of games on it. I played, Zelda, Wind Waker, played Metroid Prime, played Resident Evil 4 when it came out, played many different things. I think if I like that better. No. Definitely like this better. Oops. Get back here. Oh, I don't know. I played, like, the SSX snowboarding games on that system. I played Prince of Persia Sands of Time. All sorts of games from that era I played on my GameCube. Exclusives, non-exclusives, whatever. I played Eternal Darkness is one that was one of my favorites. And if you've never played that game or heard of that game, it was one made, probably halfway through the GameCube's lifetime. I don't know that for sure because I don't have it in front of me. There we go, we can spread them out more once those grow later. I just wanted to get something fun here. Let's see, do I want to put torches on top of this? Just for now, we need some light on this duck. So anyway, I kind of moved on after the GameCube, and I got a 360 and a PlayStation 3 and a Wii. Actually, I think I got the Wii first, then the 360, then a PlayStation 3. Was kind of my progression. So I had the Wii because, I like Nintendo stuff, so I kept playing all the things. I got a Wii on launch day. I actually, went out and got in line for it late at night. Oh, that freaked me out. Those stupid squids make the dirt noise like they're walking, even though they're not. Go ahead and use this up. And then later on, after seeing some of the stuff on, my friends played on the 360 and stuff, and seeing videos of the console, I'm out. I'm gonna chop that, actually, I don't like that. I decided I really wanted one, and so I got one. One of the first games I played on there was Burnout Paradise, and I got the orange box, which was kind of funny because I already had Half-Life 2 on PC and had played it, and Episode 1 on PC, but I got the orange box, so I played all through that. So I've played Half-Life 2 many, many times, both on Xbox. I think I played it through twice on there, on the 360, and I've played it on PC several times. It's one of those games I love to go back to. It's probably my favorite game of all time, if I could narrow it down to just one, because I've played that many, many times over. So at least single player, definitely. Let's take a step back here and take a look at this thing. Dirt. Yep. Oops. Being special with my dirt placement. Yeah, I kind of like it. I mean, we got a small thing here. This will be kind of our fishing area. I might make this a little deeper at some point, and we'll build a building out here eventually. That'll be cool. So I played Burnout Paradise. I played the Orange Box. I got Assassin's Creed, was like one of the early games I got for the system. Loved that game to death. I know a lot of people have problems with the first one, and it's definitely got some, warts, I'll say, in hindsight. But, man, that first game just sucked me into its world, and I just, pretty much drowned in that thing. I played that game so much when it came out. I even bothered to get all the flags for the stupid achievements that actually does nothing other than that. So, I'm gonna go back up here and give us a nice view from the house. So I did that. I got into the Mass Effect series. I got into other things. I've always been a fan of like RPGs, and I love sci-fi just as well in general. In movies, books, TV, games, whatever. So Mass Effect really, oh man, really got me as well. I loved the universe. I thought it was a very cool blend of kind of the aesthetics of Star Wars and Star Trek. So it had some adventure elements, but it also had the cool techie side of Star Trek as well, and all the different like alien races and stuff. So I really love Mass Effect. And the sequels have been great as well. It's been one of the better franchises of this generation, I think. Let's see, what else? Well, okay, I will skip ahead a little bit and say I've kind of started going back to PC a little bit here and there, and been kind of a combination gamer, or a hybrid gamer, I guess, so I play on PC and console stuff. So one of the games that I would be remiss if I didn't mention it is Battlefield 3. I played, I don't know, maybe... I played a lot of Bad Company too, like maybe 100 hours of that game, which, you know, sounds like a lot. Which it was at the time. And I really loved that game. So when Battlefield 3 was coming out and I was seeing how like crazy the graphics looked and all that, I was like, oh, I totally need that game. So I got it. And I've played that game now well over 600 hours. It's ridiculous. It's way too many hours probably. Of course, I've played a ton of hours of Minecraft either. I haven't kept track of it. So I'm not sure exactly how much Minecraft I've played. Probably not 600 hours yet. Well, maybe between Xbox and PC I've played that much. Who knows? I haven't kept track. But anyway, Battlefield 3 is a game I really enjoy. It's kind of the only first-person shooter I really like. I like it because of the explosions and the destructibility of the environment and the vehicles. I really love those, and the gunplay is really fun, especially in Battlefield 3. I think they did a really great job of making the guns all feel really unique and just as far as how they handle and stuff. With the recoil, you know, it takes a while. You know, you can get in there and be alright if you're decent at first-person shooters, but it takes a bit of time of adjusting to it and getting used to guns and learning how to control them. I like that sort of skill. Plus, I like all the maps and things. It's just a really great game. Sure, there's things with it that, you know, people don't like and that bug me every once in a while. And, you know, there's always the stupid players that you run into in any multiplayer game. But all in all, it is a great first-person shooter. I'm looking forward to the next Battlefield title, which is Battlefield 4. That we should be knowing at least a little bit about shortly. But anyway, if I had to say the type or genre of game that I like the most, I would probably say RPG. I just love role-playing games because I like story, and role-playing games are usually heavily into story and character. So that's why I like Mass Effect, is it's kind of taking the character side as far as just developing a character like in the story, as opposed to some other RPGs like, say, a Skyrim or something is more developing character through all of your traits, and you have all of your, you know, adventures and things are all through you, and kind of building a character based on you. And it's a lot more actual of a role to play versus like a Mass Effect where you're playing a specific character. I like both types. I love Skyrim and I love Mass Effect. I love other things like Dragon Age and Neverwinter Nights back in the day. I played a lot of that. Even some older ones, but I'm trying to think of some newer ones too. Fallout 3 was a really, good game I put a ton of time into. I played a ton of Oblivion, so yes, I really love the RPGs. Hey, I even played Two Worlds 2 and enjoyed it. So if I can do that, you know that I like an RPG. That game is severely flawed, but it has some cool ideas in it that I really enjoyed. So I think it's about time to wrap this up. I've been rambling on way too much. I can get into some more specifics if you want. Like, if you guys really want to hear me talk about other games while I do stuff in Minecraft, then let me know, and I will I can talk about games all day. I've played a few of them in my time, so I really could talk about them forever. So I don't want to keep you forever on this video, but if you guys want to hear anything more, please let me know in the comments. I'll talk about, you know, a specific game, another genre, and more specifics. You know, ask me what I think about a type of game. I'll tell you if I played it or not. Real quickly, I think some point I want to do a basement in this thing. I've had this here forever, and this is kind of looking blah, you know. You have this old nice house, and then you come down here, oh look, it's stone and dirt, and a stair to nowhere. So if you guys have any ideas for what I should put in the basement, let me know. I'm thinking a small kind of workshop at least, so I can put an anvil down here. Instead of having it up here in the storage area where I've currently got it. I've used it to repair things a couple times. Instead of having it here, I'll make maybe a little smith or workshop type area down in the basement, but that doesn't necessarily take up a ton of space, so I'm not sure what else to put down there. So look, give me some ideas, guys. Let me know what I should put in the basement, and maybe we can start work on doing that kind of thing. Other than that, my plans are, you know, also to build out on the lake there. I want to expand my mine because I need resources as well. And then who knows after that? That's going to be several projects. I'm sure I'll get inspired at some point. I've kind of been wanting to work on the mine stuff a little bit recently after watching some of the Minecraft stuff that Generic B and VOO have been doing their mine wars. So they're both trying to make the most awesome mine ever, apparently. So watching both of their stuff has given me some cool ideas for what you could do in a mine, because, you know, most of the time I'm just like, build a mine, put some mine shafts off each side, and I don't put too much work into it. But maybe it'd be something we could do here, make our mine actually kind of pretty and as well as functional. So we got a mine that could be a project, we've got stuff out by the lake that can be a project, we've got a basement in the house that can be a project. I can do some of the other projects that you guys have suggested, like a hedge maze or, you know, whatever else. So let me know what you'd like to see me do next, because I could do any of them, or even all of them. Who knows? Maybe I'll just bounce back and forth between them all. So let me know what you guys would like to see. I'll stop rambling now, and we'll see you next time.